the 1800s, with the Industrial Revolution in full vigor, trade fairs took on a further purpose, that of celebrating new technologies and extending the power of knowledge and the prestige of enterprises in the various countries taking part with their own ranges of products. The Leipzig Trade Fair in 1850 marked the first arrival not only of the actual products but also samples, mainly of glass, glassware, and ceramics, to open the way for the great trade shows of samples, where those attending could make comparisons based on catalogs and demonstration samples, as well as the arrival of the great universal expositions as showcases of the time and symbolic representations of the progress of civilization. The first universal exposition was the Great Exhibition of 1851, held in the Crystal Palace in London, which drew 14,000 international exhibitors and more than 6 million visitors for an event which consecrated with the city at the time and for the years to come as the great capital of finance and technology. This exhibition was followed by other great historic appointments, such as the Centennial International Exhibition of 1876, held in Philadelphia to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, and the extraordinary 1900 Exposition Universelle in Paris. This great event involving the construction of railway stations, bridges, viaducts, and the opening of the first line of the Métro de Paris, which was set in the shadow of the Eiffel Tower, built in 1889 to celebrate the centennial of the French Revolution, to symbolize modern times with the arrival of radio communications and talking movies in the heart of the Belle Epoque. With their exhibitions of products, innovations, and technologies, and their massive flows of the public and business people, world fairs and universal expositions were becoming a fundamental factor for the development of economies and trade. The Century of Progress International Exposition in Chicago in 1933-34, which honored Italian General Italo Balbo's 1933 transatlantic flight, played a role in recovery from the Great Crash of 1929. Then the Universal Exhibitions held in Brussels in 1935 and New York in 1939 were formidable showcases for the American lifestyles. Other important events were held in Italy, the Campionaria in Milan in 1920, and during the 20 years of fascist rule, there were investments in the construction of new trade fair centers such as those of the Bologna Littoriale in 1927, which included a sports stadium, and the Fiera del Levante in Bari in 1929. In the capital, the ambitious Esposizione Universale Roma project, EUR, was built for a universal exposition which was then cancelled in the midst of World War II. The construction of an entire quarter of the city dedicated to an exposition was intended not only to celebrate the importance of a nation and its capital, but also as recognition that an exhibition is a fixture for the economy and relations between countries. An Olympics of civilization was the slogan put up for defining the spirit which was to illuminate the Rome Exposition.